If you listen to a lot of the reports in the media, you would think that it's all about the money. This design, the reactor design, the EPR, which is what they want to build here, Areva haven't sold one more reactor since 2007. There are EPRs under construction in Olkiluoto in Finland, Taishan in China, and Flamanville in France. The reactor design is fundamentally flawed. John Large and Associates produced a report in 2006 detailing a whole list of problems with the design. Some of the most critical problems that they haven't been able to resolve, and they never will, which is why this design is already obsolete before it's been built, is issues to do with the control and instrumentation. So these are the computer systems that would operate the reactors and the backup systems. These systems, I won't get into the technicalities, you can go and see Large and Associates reports, but basically those systems don't work. Since then, on the builds that they've been doing in Flamanville, they've got massive problems with the quality of the steel. They've already fitted the reactor pressure vessel into the reactor so they can't take it out, and they've now had to test to destruction the lid for the Hinkley vessel, and they found that the quality of the steel is compromised. It's fundamentally, mechanically, it's a pressure cooker that's not going to hold. So, you know, they're not going to be casting any more of those. This reactor design is a dead duck, and it's an absolute disgrace that they've been able to trash the land here. I was here 3 years ago, occupying a barn. We were trying desperately to save this land and say, look, it's not right to dig it up until there's proper commitment, i.e. planning permission and an investment decision. That hasn't happened. This area around Hinkley has every kind of designation going, and it's not been honoured. And look at this. Are they going to put this back? I don't think so.
Right, just because you move slightly, I'm just going to check on your position there. That's it. Just stay where you are there now.
Did I say too much?
No, that's fine, because we can edit around it.
That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
So, you know, you've obviously came here very early this morning, put up your protest and everything. Just tell me sort of, you know, how determined, how long are you planning to stay, that sort of thing, you know, with regards to the protest itself.
So if the Chinese president would like to come and have a cup of tea with us and talk about, you know, why he's not going to invest in Hinkley, we'll make him a cup of tea, give him a slice of cake, chat about renewables, and we'll be off. If he doesn't, then I guess we'll be here till he goes.
How determined are people like yourself and, you know, your fellow supporters to sort of, you know, really get this message across?
We're very determined, that we always have been. We've always been here. It's just unfortunately that there's been a lot of hype about nuclear being some solution, and we've said from the outset it isn't. You know, there's a whole energy transition that is underway in other parts of the globe, Germany, Denmark, Iceland. You know, it's not a question of do we have the technology and can it be done. It's a question of why would we want to lock ourselves into paying double the price of electricity for the next 60 years at a time when the costs of renewables are plummeting. It just doesn't make any economic sense. It certainly doesn't make any environmental sense. Nuclear power is not green.
How hopeful are you that this project won't go ahead?
I'm not just hopeful, I'm 99.9% sure. When Fukushima happened, I appeared on some French television news with someone from the Department of Energy in the United States and a guy from a pro-nuclear organisation. And we talked about the reactors and whether the number 3 was going to melt down. And I said it would, and they said it wouldn't. I was right. Not because I've got a crystal ball, but because you can see there's a lack of understanding by these people. You know, when they've got a lot vested into something, they don't seem to want to read what's very obvious to the rest of us. So, you know, like, it's not going to happen. They can't build these reactors. You're telling me anyone's going to spend 24 billion to build something that's unconstructable? I don't think so.
That's super, Nikki. Thank you. That's great. Lovely. You can relax.
It wasn't great.